Hello guys, it's Mungai Eve. Welcome to the Mungai Eve show, and of course we're the #1 online TV show. Na pia kuna BTG hapa, as you can see, amerepresentiwa vizuri sana. Na leo niko na amazing moms with me hapa. I'm sure umewaona sana kwa mtandao, wamekuwa pale tuko pia wako na channels, wana do an amazing job. Tutakuwa tukipiga story, they have gone through a lot. Wamekuwa in prison, I'm sure your story umeiona. But leo tutakuwa tukipiga story na wao. Mkoaje?
Poa, tuko poa.
Waambie tunakuja kama nani?
Kwa majina naitwa Robi Losanji Mkonjero. Ya, na tuko hapa leo. Tunataka kuongea maneno ya mimi nitaongea about prison kidogo na niongea about HIV. Mimi nilifungwa prison 5 years na ni kwa sababu ya kupiga girlfriend wa my husband. But I always regret kwa sababu ilikuwa hasira, ni ile mtu amekuacha anakutesa, alafu na realize yako na mtu mahali na unaambiwa tu enda saa hii hata walikuwa wanakunywa wakikula manyama, so you feel bad na saa ingine haja kuachia. So ile kitu nataka kusema, mimi nililipia makosa yangu by the way, and I thank God kwa sababu najua Mungu. Na ile kitu nataka tu kusema pale nje, mama, kama ukipata mtu ukisikia ako na chiki mwingine nje, usimchape. Ukiona hiyo marriage haifanyi, afadhali utoke uende badala ya kufungwa jela. Huwa na regret so much. But I told God to forgive me. Nilifanya vibaya. Nikiwa hapo gerezani, kama nimebakisha 1 year to go, nikaambiwa kwamba niko HIV positive.
Wow, we will come to that. Tuacha kwanza to introduce another mom here, atatuambia anaitwa nani?
Mimi naitwa Judith Grace Akinyi ama Saga. Pia mimi nilikuwa gerezani na tulipata kukutana na rafiki yangu Robi. Mimi nilifungiwa makosa ya drug trafficking ambaye niliingilia bila kufikiria vizuri. I was also going through a lot of challenges katika marriage yangu. Na nilikuwa I think in a state of depression. I was highly depressed. Kwa sababu pia mamangu alikuwa mgonjwa, sikujua nifanye nini. Nikajikuta nimeingia kwa the wrong biashara ambaye sikufikiria vizuri sana. Na nikajuta miaka 7 gerezani. Na leo tuko hapa kuongea na vijana kama wewe. Kwa kuwa mtu akiwa na shida, ni vizuri kuongea na mtu. Ukiweka peke yako kwa roho yako bila kuongea na mtu ama kuelezea mtu moja ama wawili, you'll find that you can make a very wrong decision that you will live to regret. Because I wasted 7 good years nikiwa ndani, ambapo nilijuta. Na kama vile rafiki yangu amesema, nililipia makosa na sasa ni kuangalia maisha ya mbele. Kwa sababu hatuwezi shinda pale, ukianguka lazima usimame.
Okay, and now tunawaona pale. Umesema wewe uliserve for 7 years.
Yes.
7 good years without freedom. Imagine. What about you? Ulikaa ndani for how long?
5 years.
For 5 years, guys. Where crime si poa. So tungetaka kujua life after mshatoka pale. Unajua most of us tumeona story yenu, we all know nini iliwapeleka pale ndani. But would love to know life after prison imekuaje? How long have you been out of prison?
Okay, nilitoka 2005 December. Life ilikuwa difficult, my daughter, because unajua that is stigma. Mimi nimetoka huko ndani ya HIV positive, I'm ex-prisoner. So it's like your people wanaona wewe ni mtu utakufa kesho, and mtu hataki kukaa na wewe juu anaona vile ulikuwa prison, maybe utamfanyia kitu kibaya, maybe utamuibia. So stigma yani all over. Anybody mwenye anatoka jela, maybe 10% ndio huwa anachukuliwa vizuri na watu wake. That is why watu wanajua hata jela saa ile mtu anajua anaenda kumaliza sentence yake. Mtu anajua juana mahali pa kuenda. So me I want to thank God kwa sababu nikitoka jela nilienda kukaa na my brothers. Now my brothers ni wale wadogo kwangu. Obvious mabibi zao wataanza maneno. Unaona? So vile niliona huko akukaliki, one of my brothers kid, I will never forget, aliambia one of the aunts, alikuwa amekuja, usikule na hiyo sahani ni aunti na ako na ukimwi. So when I called my daughter, aliniambia mami kuja tu, hata tukilala kwa mtaro wacha tu Mungai, tulikuwa tunalala kwa kanyumba kengine huko Mazimba, kichwa iko mwisho, miguu ziko mwisho.
The stigma was real.
Stigma was real. Alafu to make the matter worse, I went to another church in Kakamega. Nikaambia pastor, niko hivi. The next Sunday alianza kupreach about me. Ati unajua kwenda jela ni mbaya, kuwa na ukimwi ni dhambi, kwa nilichukua toka Biblia kangu pole pole nikatoka. Even kwa churches kuna stigma, a lot of stigma. Mimi ile church yenye vile nilifika Nairobi, niliingia ni Deliverance Church Umoja. Au vile niliingia the first day, niliwaambia mimi niko HIV positive and I'm ex-prisoner. Ndio kama kuna kitu wawachane na mimi mapema nisiingie hiyo church. Lakini walini welcome vizuri na nikawaambia my status. By the way, wamenisaidia sana. Deliverance Church Umoja kwa Bishop Masinde wamenisaidia, na tukakuwa na mama mmoja Reverend Becky alikufa kanza juzi. She was very close to me. Alikuwa anakuja mpaka kwa nyumba, tutapika tukule, aniombe aende. Fellowship Fellowship B32 na mwenye analiti ni Obadia na Christ Ambassador Sam Ngole na bibi yake na Obadia na bibi yake walinichukua kama mimi mama yao, because they are younger than me. So nilikuwa bedridden for 6 months. Nikienda hiyo church only au peke yao ndio walikuwa nakuja kunivisit, plus another sister in law wangu mwenye waliwachana hata na huyo my step brother alikuwa anakuja kwangu na watoto wake, ni mwalimu Our Lady of Mercy Girls Secondary. Alikuwa anakuja kwangu na watoto wake, tunashinda nao huko, lakini wote including my blood people na wamejaa hii Nairobi. They never visited me. They were asking, mnaona kama atakufa hii wiki, mnaona kama hiyo mwezi mwingine atakufa, you see. So me, I'm very proud of my God. Mungu alinitoa hapo penye niko. I was 46 kilos, now I'm 80. Unaona?
Wow. Yani you had lost kgs to 46.
Yes.
When you are in prison. Exactly.
Hata nikitoka. Sasa when I become so sick, even my church ndio walikuwa nalipa my rent. So sick. Imagine those people ndio Mungu aliwatumia. Alafu saa hiyo my friend Saga alikuwa ngambo. Tulikuwa hatujaonana. Unaona? Alikuwa ngambo Italy. So when she came, alipita through Langata women prison. Akauliza, where can I get Robi? Akaambia hata Robi wamekuwa hapa juzi. Kuna mama ako huko mmoja nilikuwa nimemwachia namba yangu akanipea. When she called me wana throat infection. Vile niliongea akaniambia no, you are not Robi. Nikamwambia I'm Robi. Nikamuita mpaka Judy kwani vile nilianza kucheka akasema kumbe ni wewe. We went and met the same day. This lady, she's my friend and a true friend. She has really helped me.
Wow. Coming to Saga, how have you managed to go that close to an extent? You met in prison.
Yes.
Wewe ulikuwa na serve 7 years, 5 years. Meaning mlikuwa mna serve tofauti, ilikuwa ni tofauti. And you've managed to be friends to an extent. Ulitoka huko ngambo ukakuja kumtafuta.
Sasa acha nikupeleke nyuma kidogo. What happened is that I didn't tell you I was a teacher before. I was a lecturer. So as I've said, mambo ya maisha ndio ilinisukuma, nikakosea, nikafanya makosa na nililipia, na najua Mungu alishanisamehe kwa sababu sikufikiria vizuri. Now when we were in prison, Robi alikuwa ni mtu ana nguvu sana vile unamuona. She's hard working. Mimi kidogo nilikuwa lazy. Napenda mambo ya masomo. Anything, reading, writing, teaching, hiyo napenda. Lakini kuosha, sijui kulima, hizo sijawahi fanya. So she used to help me kuosha my uniforms, because kidogo when we went to prison it was so bad. If you've listened to our previous stories, it was a very bad place. But kidogo reforms zikaja. Then we became both kama head girls. They call them trustees. Now she used to help me a lot, kunioshea, kufanya nini, and I appreciated that. Because sio marafiki wengi watakubali, watafikiria unaringa. So I took that so seriously. Nikasema kweli mtu ananisaidia kuosha na mimi sipendi kuosha. She must be a good person. So we became very, very close. We went through a lot of good moments together and even bad moments huko jela. If you watch our videos in our channel, you will see our stories.
Okay. And when you met her for the first time,
yes,
did you know that she's HIV positive?
No, I didn't know. But what happened is she started getting sick when we were in prison. And then what made me really scared is she used to get very sick. And before her, there was a lady who became my friend also. She was also serving 10 or 20 years. And she got so sick and everybody ran away from her. That time, your AIDS, people were so scared of AIDS. Yeah. So people pushed her. I'm sure you don't know how the cells look like. It's one big block with maybe 80 women. And then there's only one toilet for all these women. And half the time that toilet is full. So you can imagine the field. Okay. So when this girl became sick, people pushed her towards the toilet, which stinks and is full and is bad. And I felt so bad because she's just a human being. So I used to take care of her, and by bad luck, God took her away. So I felt so bad. And then little did I know that, again, Robbie was going to fall sick. So when she started becoming sick, one day her partner came to visit her. And her
partner, which
her
one?
Husband.
The one who...
Yes.
The one with the side chick.
Yes. So when I looked at him and I looked at how Robbie was ailing, I said there must be a problem here.
Oh, because even him, he
didn't
healthy.
look so healthy. So I went and talked to the nurse because I didn't know how to you can't just tell a friend, I think you have AIDS, or I think you are HIV. So I went and spoke with the nurse. Then a very nice sister, Konyino, she's the one who used to take care of us in the clinic. And I told her, please, my friend is getting so sick. The other one just passed away. And I think that you need to take her through counseling and do an HIV test. And indeed, the sister heeded to my request, and she called her and counseled her. And when the test was done, it was positive. Oh, it was so devastating. Because she came back to the cell, and she couldn't hold herself. She cried the whole night. We talked and talked and talked. And believe me, God is real. I told her, Robbie, don't cry. I know God will pull, you will pull out of this. And when one day we are free, you will go about talking to women and girls about HIV and AIDS, and I will go about talking to people about the dangers of looking for quick money and the dangers of using drugs. And here we are today.
Oh, God is so great.
Yes.
Okay, Robbie, when you are back in prison and you are getting sick, you're getting, like it was getting hard now, do you have any idea that maybe you could be having the disease?
Yes, exactly, because I was admitted in Kenyatta Hospital for almost 1 week. And then nikaambiwa daktari, please, I want you to test me everything. Usiwache hata kidogo. But I think this daktari alipata result maybe zilikuwa positive, akashindwa because I was ailing, akashindwa the way he will talk to me na niko prison. Unaona? So akaniambia tu uko sawa, una TB, uko sawa, ni malaria tu. So wakani treat, I stayed in Kenyatta Hospital for 1 week na nikarudi. Yes, na wakanirudisha prison nikaenda huko.
Okay, what about the time sasa ulikuwa unaingia pale? Ulikuwa unajua ama by then you were very okay?
No. I was 92 kilos. I didn't know anything about HIV. Hata sikujua. Sikujua kabisa. But after staying in prison, nimebakisha 1 year to go home, ndio nilianza kugonjeka. Niligonjeka.
So in short, Ruby, you want to tell us that mtu anaweza survive for that long kwa sababu you stayed in prison for 5 years, meaning for 4 years ulikuwa umeingia pale already ukiwa infected but you didn't know. So mtu anaweza kaa for that long.
Mtu anaweza kaa hata 10 years. Yes. Somebody kulingana na immunity ya mtu anaweza kaa hata 10 years without knowing that ako HIV positive. Sasa ile inakushika, ndio inakushika kabisa. Unaona, mimi nilikuwa nagonjeka, kila saa napelekwa hospitali, napewa tu dawa na sijui mpaka the last minute ndio nilikuwa nikajua kwamba niko HIV positive, nikaanza ARVs. Wacha ndio ikanipiga vizuri. Ndio nikalala because it's like zilikuwa zinanikataa. Saga alikuwa mvivu wa kufua, lakini hiyo siku alikuwa ananifulia. atanifulia, atachange blanket zangu, atanilisha.
Ukiwa pale prison bado?
Yes. Lakini sisi tulikuwa na room yetu because we were trustees. So tulikuwa kwa room yetu. Nashukuru sana kwa Saga. She really helped me in prison. And then after that, sasa vile tulitoka nje, we have been good friends, but please allow me, I want to thank Tuko family. Because right now, maybe by early next week, I'm opening my cereal shop. Now, Tuko family members ndio wamenisaidia. So I thank God and I thank Lee. And I love them so much. I love you, Lynn, so much. Yeah, and Tuko family, my people. Na wasalamia sana. Yes.
Okay, I would love you to take us through the accepting moment sasa, kwa sababu unajua ishakuja. Saga is telling us that now you're crying. I know. Yani unashangaa hadi mimi ilitoka wapi? I don't know.
Alafu tuko jela.
Yeah, you've had issues with your husband. So you're like, maybe even the last time you had that thing with him ni kitambo. You don't even have idea ilitoka wapi. So like how was it accepting yourself?
It was not easy because nilitoka prison kama bado sijajikubali. So when I came out, vile nilijoin hiyo Deliverance Church. When I joined it, ndio kuna VCT. They have a VCT place whereby they have a group penye watu wenye wako HIV positive wote wanakutana hapo. So tukaenda tukafanya nini? Tunakutana hapo tunaongea, au ndio walinifanya nikajikubali because walikuwa wananiambia sasa, wewe unalia, ona huyu vile anakaa, afadhali wewe. Unaona, ona huyu vile anakaa, afadhali wewe. Kwenda huko nikaona zile shida watu wako nazo. Mungai, nikasema hata sasa afadhali mimi. So we used to go every month we share ilikuwaje, vile ulimeza dawa, miguu ulisikiaje, sometimes miguu zinakufa ganzi, sometimes you don't want to eat. Unaona, ndio tukamuuliza ulilalaje nini. Unaona, hapo sasa nikaona I'm not alone. So nikaanza kuongea, hata napeana testimony kwa church. Alafu tunaenda round hata with the Saga naongea, I tell people tukikutana nao. Alafu nikasema one day what I'm going to do, mtu akiwa nikikutana na rafiki mwenye anataka urafiki wangu, the first thing, I'm HIV positive and I'm ex-prison. Kama unataka kujitoa, jitoe mapema.
So guys, tuko tumeacha kidogo. Actually, it's raining. Being a content creator, guys, it's not easy. So tumeona hii mvua ishi, you have to continue. Ni baraka.
Rain ni baraka. Wewe ujui, it's a blessing.
Maybe nitakuwa mkubwa nikinyeshewa.
Utakuwa mrefu na mkubwa kidogo kama mimi, lakini usinifikie. Utakuwa unachoka kutembea.
Hiyo siwezi kwa sababu pia mamangu ni kadogo.
Kweli.
It's the genes.
It's the genes.
Yeah. Anyway, tulikuwa about ile story ya acceptance.
Yes.
Ulituelezea Ruby kuwa after you came out of prison, you went through stigma. Yes. Watu waliku reject sana the society. Guys, the rain is too much. You can't continue. So guys, unfortunately, hatungeweza kumalizia kwa the the devil is on work.
The devil is a liar.
You think atawasha? Sawa. Sawa. So guys, unfortunately hatungeweza kumalizia kwa the previous set. Tumeamua kubarikiwa, mvua imekuja ikakuwa mob, but you know, Mungai Eve is all about kujituma. We had to look for somewhere else yenye tutaendelea nayo, na tulikuwa tunaongea about kujikubali sasa. You've realized you are HIV positive. Umekuja hapa nje, umepigwa mawe, stigma is real out here, but you have to accept yourself.
Okay, mimi ile kitu naweza fanya, acceptance ni wewe mwenyewe kujikubali. Na nashukuru Mungu kwa sababu vile nilianza kujua Mungu kabisa, nilirudi hiyo Deliverance Church wako na VCT, na kuna watu from all over Kayole wapi wako na support group for people who are HIV positive. So tulikuwa tunakutana every month, the last Friday of the month tunakutana. Kuna hapo counselors wanatuongelesha, we share leo vile ulichukua ARVs, mwili ilikuaje nini, kila mtu ako na different side effects, tunashare wote. So ikafika mahali sasa mimi siogopi, it is just God. Mpaka naenda kupeana testimony kwa church. Deliverance Church is big.
Ilikuwaje ndo kama unajua most of the people they don't want to be known their statuses, hadi wenye wako negative actually they don't don't want to say it in public, but for you can say it comfortably.
Yeah, what happened, church ilinifanya nikakuwa comfortable kwa sababu nilirudi nikaenda kwanza kabla niende deliverance nilienda fellowships za deliverance. Nikawaambia ndio wanikatae mapema. Nilikuwa naona watanikataa ndio nijiondoe mapema. Nikaenda fellowship, our leader ni Obadia, wakanichukua vizuri kabisa. Haya nikaenda Christ Ambassadors, our leader ni Sam Ngole na bibi yake Lucy, wakanichukua vizuri sana. So nikaanza kusema sasa kama watu wa church wamenikubali, hata watu wengine wakinikataa ni sawa. Unaona?
Acha tusikie from Saga. Yeye ilikuwaje? Watu walikureject when you came. Unajua for Ruby alikataliwa na watu wao, akadiscriminatiwa, but for you how was it?
For me, I cannot say I went through that. Lakini kitu naweza say agree with her ni makanisa pia kuna a lot of hypocrites. Because unakuta that is where you want to seek help, you want to seek for hope, comfort, na unakuta hao ndio wanakustigmatize more than anybody else, and I think that is not nice. Because in God's eyes tunaambiwa Mungu haeki record ya makosa ya dhambi. Once you repent, once you ask for forgiveness, God forgives. So why are we human beings, even in the church, stigmatizing people who have come from prison, people who are sick maybe? I don't think it's hypocritical. For me, I didn't go through that, and I was received well by my family, more so my children. Although they had also suffered their own trauma, because for a mother to be away for 7 years, and remember hatukuwa vizuri sana na hatukuwa tunasikizana vizuri na baba. So unakuta pia some parents wana sasa stigmatize pia watoto kwa sababu ya makosa ya mama, and I think that is bad. Even in school, even in around their peers, the children have done no crime, they have done no wrong, so they should be treated well, because they are also going through stuff. Because when people say mamake yuko jela au babake yuko jela, it's already stigmatizing. So me, I went home. Unfortunately, my mother, who I loved so much, had then passed on when I was in prison. In fact, I didn't know I would make it. I thought I would also die when I received the news. And I cried for almost 3 months, blaming myself all the time. Nikijiambia kama sio mimi labda angekuwa bado yuko hai. But all in all, I started off well. I went for training at LANGATA. I was trained, and we used to go all around Kenya to campaigning against drugs and alcohol abuse, alcohol, drugs and substance abuse. And I also used to do a lot of programs with Safaricom, and the ambassador then was for Ambassador America to Kenya was Reinibaga. He used to invite me a lot at the embassy when they had functions, especially during Women's Day. And generally I was doing very, very well. And I forgot to tell you, when I was in prison, I wrote a book. When I went there, at first we were not allowed pen and paper. So I used to get pencils that have been hidden by other inmates. Ndio waandikia my boyfriends zao kamiti barua. I used to take those pencils and tissue at night naandika. I started writing my story.
What motivated you to write the story?
One thing that happened again is, while I was there, the person who got me involved in this thing was arrested. And the American government wanted her because of a crime that had been committed there, that alikuwa ameshikana nayo. So somehow they got drugs. So somehow they got to hear about my case, and the FBI's came to LANGATA Women's Prison and asked me if I was willing to cooperate with their government. And if I was willing to, they were also going to talk to our government to be lenient on my case, because they knew that I was very green in this thing, that it was not my business. So with this promise, I also thought about it, and I said, if I could save 1 or 2 people from landing into what I landed into, then why not? So I went to US and After 1 month, the case went on. I was not alone. We were about 50 witnesses. And she was found guilty and she was given 24 years. And after that, I came back. And of course, I couldn't be free. I went to LANGATA as the government of United States of America was seeking for my pardon. And after a year, I was released. And that's when I started these campaigns. And one or two people could have not been happy with what I was doing because, you know, sometimes when the fire is burning so the bush is spreading so harshly, there are people out there who want to put it off. So that's what I was. I was really all everywhere. And during this time, when the reforms came, I now was in charge of the school. When I was in LANGATA, I had so many positions of leadership. So I had the opportunity to use the computers, and I wrote my book, and it was published when I was there, and it was doing so well. In fact, it was used by the master's degree students at the University of Nairobi in the Department of English and Literature. So it was doing so well.
What's the name of the book?
Oh, my book, I have it here.
I have it.
Yeah.
Let's look at it. Deadly Money Maker.
This is it.
Wow. Why the title Deadly Money Maker?
Because the drugs are deadly and they make a lot of money for those who are serious in that business, or those who do that business. They make so much money out of very maybe 1 kilo can get you up to, I think, is it 5 million, 6 million, 10 million?
Just
Depend.
1 kg.
Yes, just 1 kg.
Wow.
So
But it's very risky.
it is money that is growing on other children's grave. So it is not good money, it is not clean money, and that is why I called it Deadly Money Maker. So I was doing so well. And once something happened again, because as I was rising so well, I was not lacking money. People may think that because I left prison, things were not good. Things were very good because I was earning. Safaricom was paying me well. NACADA used to pay me well when I go for the talks. And a cousin of mine had invited me for a wedding in Italy. And that particular day, I was just finishing my lecture at Safaricom. And I was looking at the time because my plane, I think I was supposed to take about 11 o'clock or so plane. And I was trying to finish, and that day they had so many questions because whenever I started my story, everybody wanted to listen and listen and listen. And finally, when I finished, it could have been about 8:30 so, I was rushing home so that I could run to the airport so that I don't miss my flight because you have to check in some hours before. And so I went home and packed very fast and I went. I was going for my cousins, so there were quite a number of us cousins. So we went and arrived well in Italy. We attended the wedding so well. I stayed with her. We enjoyed. And this particular book had been translated into Kiswahili and also Italian. So I had my Italian copies. I had met a long-time friend who lived in Italy. And I had told her, by the way, I'll be coming to Italy. We met in church or in town. In church, I think. In church and then again in town to plan for our meeting in Italy because she lives there. So when I went to Italy, I finished the wedding ceremony so well, my cousins. She was marrying a very handsome Italian man. And after 3-4 days, I took my books with me because I was now going to Rome. My cousin's wedding was in Torino. So I went to Rome and to meet my friend. I took a night train. I arrived in Rome in the morning. And when I arrived, I called. And she said, okay, I'm coming to meet you where we had agreed. There's a big train station in Rome. And as I was waiting for her at the bus stage where she told me, some 3 guys came and approached me and said, we have been sent by, I will not mention her name because it is a case that is still in investigations. So I went and they told me we have been sent by so-and-so. And I had no reason to doubt them, because how did they know that I was going there? So I went to the car, and I knew we were going home. A little.
So they were to take you home to your cousin's place?
No. I have finished my cousin's wedding in Torino. I am now in Rome to meet my friend who was going to help me promote my Italian copy of the book. You get it? So, and I was to be there for a day, because remember, I have still work. We were, I think, supposed to go to now Mombasa, the Safaricom staff in Mombasa. I was supposed to go talk to them. So I didn't, I had taken just about 5 or 6 days, because I had work back home. So these guys tell me that we have been sent by so-and-so to collect you. She's a little bit busy in the house. She's preparing for you food. And I said, okay, let's go. And I got into the car. And these were 3 men. And it's one who came for me from the stage. So when I got into the car, there were now 3 people. So I got in, and they took my bag. After driving for some minutes, and asked me, why are you in Rome? I said, I have come. I came to my cousin's wedding in Torino, and I'm here to meet my friend. She had said she would help me promote my book in the Italian copy here in Italy, in the schools and so on and so forth. And they said, no, we know you are a spy. You work for the government, you've worked for the United States government, you work with the Kenya government, you are a spy, you are spying on people who do drugs. And I told them, no, I have come because of this book. And they took my bag, they took the books, they started tearing them. They said, we know you, the work you do. In short, they thought I had gone to spy on them. And that is not why I was there. And they hijacked me and took me to a place, an unknown place. Meanwhile, my cousin, I think the following day, the same day in the evening, she tried to call to find out if I arrived safely, because she's surprised that I've not called to say that I'm here, I'm in Rome. Tried calling. These people had taken my phone, vandalized my bag, my books. In short, it was...
How did you get out of the situation?
There was no getting out. It was another traumatizing experience. Because what happened is, when they took me, they tried to drag me. They put me there for days in an abandoned place where they were staying. They dragged me, they put for me drugs laced with poison. And when they realized that I was as good as dead, they threw me on the road. And God being so good, I managed to wake up. I don't know whether it was after a day or so, and crawled towards the road. And some lady, some good Samaritan, found me and asked me what was the problem. But remember, I was still dazed, because I am in shock, because I never expected anything like this. And they have also dragged me. So my mind is hazy. I would wake up and come to, and probably, and I told this woman that, please call for me the police, because some people have tried to kill me. And she said, no, you look very sick. I will call an ambulance. And she called an ambulance, and I went to hospital. And in the hospital, I think by the time I arrived, I had passed on completely. But, hospitals in Europe are good. They removed my blood, and they were able to see that there was poison, there was heroin, so they didn't understand. And when I came to, they asked me who I am, because I had no documents. I don't even think I had any shoes on. I had nothing. So I told them who I was. And when they realized that I was not coherent, I remember the doctor even saying that I'm drunk with the drugs or something. And when they had now removed my system was good, and I was able to begin to recall, they had to call a judge and a prosecutor and lawyers because they don't know who I am. I have no document. So I told them to call the Kenyan embassy for me, and they did. And there came a very good man and an Italian lady also, and I was able to narrate to them my story. And they wrote a letter, I think, to the Ministry of Foreign Affairs then, so that the Foreign Affairs could verify that what I was saying about me was true. And indeed they did that. And after some time, by the way, they threw me to prison because they didn't know who I was first.
Again in prison.
Yes. And after that, when they verified that what I was telling them was true, I was allowed to go home. Yes.
Okay, the person who did this for you for the second time, could she be the person who also dragged you the first time?
The first time I was not dragged. The first time I was just made to do something that I was not very sure of.
Yeah, sure.
So what happened is
could she be the same person mwenye alikuwekea hizo
masumu na manini?
No, I'm asking kuna hii second time yenye umewekewa madawa, it's like they were trying to kill you. Yeah, then there is the first time hii crime
anajifanya na campaign na bado anafanya hizi vitu. Unaona, I think that is what probably was meant to be. But I thank God for, my cousin had reported even to the police. When now they couldn't trace me, they didn't know where I was. The one I had gone to visit in Torino, wali report kwa polisi. Polisi wakajaribu, they tried because they wanted this phone. If they found my phone, maybe they could have traced these people. Anyway, revu sana walitupa simu, all my documents, mavitabu walitupa.
So in short, you don't know who had sent them?
I don't know. I cannot say that it was so and so, lakini Mungu anamjua. Kama ni kutoka hapa Kenya alikuwa ananifuata, or somebody was not happy with the way I was rising when I was in Kenya. Akataka kunizima. Just as I said, when the fire is burning so harshly, people will try to get off.
Yeah. Okay, tukimalizia, I would love to talk to Ruby and maybe she can tell me the lessons that unaweza taka kufunza watu hapa nje, especially the youths.
Okay. Mimi what I want to tell youth, wawachane na crime, na nataka kuambia HIV it's real. HIV is real. They should take care of themselves. Na ukiona uko na girlfriend ama boyfriend mwenye you don't trust, protect yourself. Alternatively chill too, because hii maisha iko tu, itafika your time. So if you know you can have one boyfriend, it's okay, but all together mpaka huyo boyfriend muaminiane. Unaona, na ukiona muaminiani afadhali muachane, because kuna ile sikuamini na wewe uniamini alafu mnakuta mmeuana. There is no need. And then another thing nataka kuambia youth ya kwamba maisha ni ngumu siku hizi. Actually sio kama ile wakati wetu. So mimi nawaomba tu, please, ukiwa na one girlfriend or one boyfriend, stay with that person. Usiende kuhanya na ujiprotect pia. Protection is very important. Na kabla nimalizie, we have our YouTube, Saga Prison Stories. Please my people, subscribe. We love you, tunawapenda sana.
Okay, what about those who are already positive,
Okay, wenye walikuwa positive prison we were many. But challenge ni food. Kwa sababu special food in prison ni rice plain. Ile atimewekwa mafuta na ni ile maji yenye hata mimi saa siwezi kula. So that is special food.
Yeah, so I would love you to talk to those who are watching and they are already positive. They have nothing to do about it. They just have to accept and move on.
Okay, if you are outside there and you are HIV positive, na unaweza nifikia, we can talk and we can share, because I knew my status in prison. I can give you my number, unaweza nipigia, tunaweza share. I'm HIV positive. I have throat infection which is permanent. I have arthritis and I have high blood pressure. Unaona, hizo magonjwa zote.
And you're still surviving.
I'm still surviving. HIV dawa ndio sinunui, but these other ones I take every day. nakunywa kila siku hiyo dawa. So if you are HIV and you are outside there, don't worry. One thing, accept yourself. It is very important. Don't mind what people are talking about you. Usijidharau, we mwenyewe jipende. Unaona, jipende we mwenyewe. Na hata kama una nini, ukipata hiyo sukuma, ikule vizuri kabisa. Ikule na roho moja, and God will bless you. And then jikubali na umeze dawa. Make sure you take your medication every day. And I can give you my number. If you want to talk to me, you can talk to me. 07 11 75 8208.
Yeah, I'll just pin it down below. In case of anyone maybe who can support you, I'm sure the drugs are very expensive and you have to take them each and every day.
Yes.
And also, I would love you to talk to those guys. For you got infected, you didn't know. I would love you to talk to those guys who do it for their wanafanyia mabibi zao such stuff. They are not telling them I'm HIV positive. They just go carelessly huko nje, wanapata, wanakuja wanaambukiza mabibi zao.
Okay, men outside there, hata youth wenye muko na girlfriend.
Even ladies actually.
Even ladies, take care of yourself. Na kama wewe umeoa, please respect your wife. Respect your wife. Kama umeona umeenda somewhere penye unaona hauko sure, it is good you tell her the truth. Itam pain. I know it will really pain, but atajua umemprotect. Tumia condom. Na ukiona haiwezekani wewe ni mtu wa kurandaranda, just tell your wife to go. Don't kill or usimuambukize. Because HIV, okay, fine. Ni vile mwenyewe utaichukua, but it's not something. Hata mimi hiyo siku ningejua nitaenda na mtu alafu nipate, singeenda.
But for you was from your husband.
Yes, from my husband. Ningejua nitaenda na yeye hiyo siku na nipate, singeenda na yeye. So please, usidharau bibi yako, heshimu ya madamu. Kama unaona ulienda na mwanamke na hujaridhika, kaa 3 months, enda upimwe kwanza na umwambie niko na sababu tunatumia condom. You know, umprotect. If you are a youth there and you have a girlfriend na umekutana tu na mtu kwa barabara mmeenda na yeye, please protect your girlfriend. Mwambie please, wacha tu chill ama wacha tutumie protection mpaka niende nipimwe tena. Please remember to subscribe. Saga Prison Stories. Please, my Tuko members, we love you so much, and we love our daughter here. Thank you so much, Mungai.
What about Saga? What do you have to tell people about crime na pesa ya haraka?
Pesa za haraka ni za haramu, and they don't help. To the youth out there, work hard. If you have a problem, we keep talking about mental health. Mental health is real, and it can make you do something that you never expected, and the following day utajiuliza, why did I do this? And if you have a problem, talk to somebody. Na wewe wenye unaongeleshwa, keep that to yourself. Don't take somebody's problem ukienda kukimbia nayo kila pahali. That is why people are afraid to air out their problems. Usikufe na shida peke yako. It made us land into a lot of problems. My friend it was anger. Mimi pia it was anger because I wanted to get out of this marriage, but I wanted to maintain my status. I didn't know that, I should have just left. Even with my little earning, ningekaa nikule sukuma na watoto wangu na maji, singeenda penye nilienda. Stay away from crime. Stay away from bad advice, because it will not pay in the end. Another thing, maybe also God wanted to use us to teach other people, because there is no test, there is no testimony without a test. And the most important thing is to turn that pain into purpose. If you have gone through some pain, which we all do, maybe God is using you so that you can go and help somebody else out there. Stay away from drugs. Drugs will kill you.
Tell them to subscribe to your channel.
By the way, if you've not yet subscribed to our channel, please do. Saga Prison Stories. We are there with all sorts of stories. And tell us also what you want to hear about prison. We were there, so we will be telling you from the horse's mouth. By the way, ours is the #1 channel that provides prison stories right from the horse's mouth. Our #1 channel.
Yeah, sure. Okay. Okay, and unajua Ruby, nisipokuuliza hii swali itakuwa nimekosea sana. I would love to ask the last question.
Yes.
I know I have so many questions, but you have to cut it short. I would love you to tell to young people out here, and actually not young people, unajua kama wewe makosa ilikupeleka pale, it's about yani hiyo kungangana side chicks sijui nini. Siku hizi wanaita nyumba ndogo na nyumba kubwa. Yeah, I would love you to talk to them about that.
Okay, mimi ile kitu ningependa wacha nianze kuongea maneno wa mama kwanza. Okay, if you are a lady and you are outside there, unaona your husband anakucheat na ukundue kabisa anakucheat, hata wewe mwenye wanaenda na usishughulike na yeye, we rudi nyumbani musolve that problem. Kama unaona haiwezekani, please just go, usipigane. Ukipigana utajikuta penye nilijikuta. I beg you in the name of Jesus Christ, don't fight. Na wewe kama ni bwana ukute bibi yako anahanya, especially we have been in Langata, wanawake wengi wameenda Langata kwa sababu ya wanaume. Please wanaume, give us a break tafadhali, tunawaomba. Kama unaona huyu mwanamke you want to have a second wife, just tell her that I'm going to marry a second wife. Kama hata kubali aende, hiyo ni sawa sawa, lakini sio mnaenda mapanya route. Hiyo panya route ndio inafanya wanawake tunaenda jela, kwa sababu naye unasikia unakuwa na hasira, unaona haki ya Mungu hiyo nikimpata nitamkula kula, na unaona na because of those frustration mtu akishaanza kuonja nje kwa nyumba anaanza kuwa na madharau, anakuona you are nothing, hakuna kitu unaweza mwambia. So I beg you, wacha tutengeneza our marriage, let us be straightforward people, and I'm here to tell you HIV people are people too, and ex-prisoners are people too. Thank you.
Okay, sawa. Okay.
Maybe I can add something, Eve. You know, we women, why we get ourselves into such problems, it's because maybe umeanza na huyu mtu. I'm sure you have a boyfriend, isn't you?
Yeah, sure.
Mumeanza, wacha nisikaite ka boyfriend. You have a boyfriend. You meanza from nowhere, isn't it?
Yeah.
You are struggling, the two of you, to go up the ladder. Then when you are up there, he now discards you. Sasa ndiye anaona wale warembo wenye walikuwa hawaoni before. Ashapata pesa, kuna gari, kuna, now you are rubbish. Now what happens is, you as a woman, you will feel so much pain.
Sure.
Because you know where you started. Him, he doesn't feel anything. Then this is where now the problem comes, because you want to fight that woman. Not knowing that that woman has no problem. The problem is this man.
Sure.
Because he's the one who has gone there to look. And we saw so many of those cases in prison.
And there are so many actually even out here. Yeah, zingine zinatembea kwa mtandao, zingine unasikia mwingine aliuliwa. Yes. There are so many.
There are so many. Even us, when we started our channel, we've had people telling us that I was short of going to prison. I was about to kill somebody. I would have killed, or I did this to somebody and I was not caught. So sio kila mtu yuko jela that is guilty. There are so many innocent people there because, one, they didn't know how to represent themselves, or they couldn't afford a lawyer. So not everybody who comes from prison or who goes to prison is guilty. There are some guilty ones and there are some innocent ones. So let's not stigmatize someone just because they were in prison. And there are many underlying issues that make people go to prison.
Sure.
Yes.
Okay guys, it has been a long day. We've done this shoot sijui mara ngapi, the rain, and I think tumefika mwisho. And guys, remember to subscribe to their channel. It's called Saga Prison Stories. Yeah, I'm just going to put it down below.
Do it.
Yeah.
I trust them.
Guys, continue subscribing to my channel. We'll meet next time.